What's up, guys? Um, Today we're stuck inside, so I'm just talking about shotguns. Um, Here I got one that I've had for a really long time, right after they came out, and everybody seems to hate this shotgun, and I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but it works great for me. Um, Talk about a Benelli Super Black Eagle 3. Um, it's a workhorse. It's not the Cadillac, the Beretta A400, but it's to me it's great. I'm a small guy. It fits me great. Slim forearm. I mean, it's a light gun. Therefore, when you load it full of 3.5-inch turkey loads, it's gonna let you know that it's a light gun. Um, this thing does great, man. I've got a few different chokes for it. The only thing I've never been able to get good with this one is buckshot. I've tried 5 or 6 aftermarket chokes. I've never been able to get it right. I've changed up my load type. Never been able to get it to like buckshot. It always seems to shoot really, really high. I mean, 50 yards, I'm talking about 2.5 foot high. It does have a shim kit in it. These are one of the factory shims that comes with it. So before you jump on me and say shim it, it's been shimmed. I know they shoot high. I know they shoot like 70-30 from factory. That's about what this one shoots. That's why a lot of people don't like them. They don't like floating their target. And it's usually your Remington guys, which I'm a Remington guy too. Grew up on a Remington. The guys that have gotten really used to putting that bead on it, they don't like floating a target. I prefer it because it helps. It's something about my line of sight. I don't know. It could be magic. Maybe it's magic. But it works. It works for me. Just doesn't work with buckshot. That's why we've recently picked up another shotgun that's going to be set up just for buckshot. And I go back to the chokes. I said I've swapped a lot of chokes. I've tried a lot of chokes. When I got this gun, I think it come with 5 or 6 factory chokes. Back up the way I got this gun. I caught a guy when he was really mad at it. We were on a dove field. You know what happens on the dove field. Everybody's drinking beer, and they're not going to blame themselves. They're going to blame the gun. He sat out there all day. He couldn't hit. So he got pissed off, and he had just bought this gun right when it came out. The week it came out. And anyway, I don't know if y'all know the cost of these things. This thing was about 3 weeks old, and I gave him $1,500 for it with all the chokes. He was pissed when he sold me this gun, and I took advantage of it. And he's still a really good friend of mine, so that tells you how good of a friend he is. He still loves me. But back to the chokes. It's never really like the aftermarket chokes. I've got a turkey choke for it. I can't recall what it is. I think it's like a 680 constriction. It's in between a full and extra full. It does really good with still shooting lead. I haven't been one of the big boys that steps up to the TSS yet. I'm not a really big turkey hunter anyway. So it patterns good. It patterns good with a 3.5-inch Longbeard XR with that choke. But as far as every other load besides that 3.5-inch Longbeard XR, factory full, man. The factory full does great in this gun. Bird hunting, any kind of bird hunting, 7.5s, low brass, all these guys that shoot the high brass, hey, if it works for them, let them have it. I don't want that on my shoulder, especially with this light gun, especially all day. I like the factory full with the low brass 7.5s. It does really good. I had a Carlson dove choke. It was a light modified that a friend of mine told me to try last year. I tried it, shot it for 2 or 3 hunts, and with not great success. So went back to my factory full and started putting meat in the cooler. Does great. I am starting to get what everybody complains about with the cheek well starting to kind of not really fall apart, but the finish has come off of it, and that is the foam. I can't remember what Benelli calls it, and it's got the chevrons. The chevrons are that same material. the buttstock is that same material, and it does have a little bit of wear on it. I don't know if you can see that. That is, like I said, this gun's probably, I don't remember when they came out, but I'm gonna guess and say this gun's about 6 or 7 years old since I've had it. Put a lot of shells through it, man, and it's taken a beating, and it's been cleaned probably 2 or 3 times with a lot of birdshot put through it. It's been great. I've never had a hang up, never had a malfunction, never had misfire, never had it jam. I mean, it does great. The only complaint I have is just a little bit, like I said, the that foam material. I don't think that's going to last a long time. I know that Benelli does offer new sections for this, but every time I look at it to go ahead and buy some for the future, they seem to be sold out. So apparently it's a big ordeal. A lot of people wear that out quick. What else? I'm left-handed, so I swapped the safety around. That's why a lot of people don't pick my gun up. It was really easy to do. You just, one pin, and your trigger group is out, and it is right there, and you just swap it around, and you're good to go. I think there's 2 pins on the inside that you've got to swap, or not swap, but take out to actually take the safety out and swap it around. Only goes in one way, so you're good. I don't know if anybody else is going to have that problem. I do. I seem to have fat fingers when I've got my safety right here, to where the Mossbergs have it up here, or, you know, Tang safety on the 500s. My fingers tend to turn the safety on in the midst of my shooting, and I don't like that, especially with this one, because it's a very easy safety to push. This is a gun that I hear a lot of people using on the big hunts, like Argentina, things like that. And if they'll survive there, this gun will definitely last me for the rest of my life. I don't know what else to say about it. Kind of touched on the 70-30 pattern. It's something you kind of got to get used to. If you're a new shooter, it's not going to bother you at all. If you're a veteran and you're used to putting that bead on it, you're going to hate it. Go Beretta. Especially if you've got big hands, go Beretta. If you're a small guy like me, don't mind a little bit of recoil, get it. It's an inertia gun to where I think the Beretta is all gas. So that Beretta is going to have a little less recoil. That gas is going to take a lot of it out, to where this is just a spring hammering. Like I said, this is a great gun. I've never had any issues with it. They are expensive, but it is a Benelli. It's kind of one of them things. They say if you want a gun that's going to last you forever, buy a Beretta, Benelli. Say if you want a truck that's going to last you forever, buy a Toyota. Anyway, that's about it, I think. Future videos, once it's not raining, we'll go outside, do some pattern testing with it, see how it handles, maybe get some footage on a bird field. Like I said, this is still a new channel. We're building it up. We're going to get a GoPro. We're going to start filming some hunts. We're going to do a shot cam. We do have a shot cam coming. So, yeah, stay tuned. We'll keep rolling.